Okay, second year students, now we will write down the protocol for milk analysis. So first of all, we will take the milk sample in a sterile tube, and then after we will carry out two different staining out of it. We will carry out gram staining, which will give us the presence of bacteria. Okay, we will identify that which type of bacteria are there, whether Rhodes are there or cocci are there or both are there, whether they are gram positive or gram negative. Okay, so these type of things will be found from gram staining, and then after we will go for specific staining, special staining, that is acid-fast staining. Acid-fast staining is done for checking of the mycobacteria. Now why it is to be done? Because mycobacteria are the bacteria which will not give you Gram's reaction. So for that detection we require acid-fast staining, in which they will respond to the staining. Okay. So if they are acid-fast and acid-fast bacteria are present, we will find out the red colored rods. Okay, very small rods. So if red color rods are found, then mycobacteria are present and we will get the positive result in acid-fast staining. But usually we don't get, okay, because usually the milk is not contaminated with mycobacteria. Okay, so tuberculosis is the disease which is found rarely to be caused with the consumption of milk. Okay, so fine. So after doing these two stainings, we will go for inoculation on the first day. On the first day, we are going to inoculate only two media. First is N-agar and second is McConkey's agar. Okay, these two media will be inoculated with a milk sample by doing proper stripping, and for that we make the 3 sectors in the nutrient agar plate and 3 sectors in the McConkey's agar plate, and then after the strokes are done very close to one another and inoculation is properly done. Okay, and there will be more chances of getting well isolated colonies in the third sector. Like this. You have to make the strokes as near as possible, so you will get more nicely well developed isolated colonies. Okay, so now this is about first day work. Now after doing this much of the things, we will switch over to the second day. Okay, now on the second day, protocol, what is to be done? We will have result of two things. We will have result of N-agar plate and we will have result of McConkey's agar plate. Now what is to be done? From N-agar plate, we will have well isolated colonies which will be small and semi-transparent. From N-agar, two things are to be done. First of all, colony characters are written and then gram staining is to be done. From McConkey's agar plate, we will have the different type of result, because we know that color of this media plate is pink. So now the colony which will be formed will be having pink in color if they are lactose fermenter. If they are lactose non-fermenter, it will be colorless colony or yellow colony. Okay, so we will check for that whether we are getting yellow colony or pink colony. So pink colony will be selected. Why? Because we are interested in coliforms which are lactose fermented. Okay. So here we have selected pink colony, and after that we will go for two things from this colony. Okay. We will carry out the gram staining and we will make a suspension of this colony. Now after making suspension, okay, we have to inoculate now the different media, tubes as well as the media plate. Now from the suspension which we have prepared from McConkey's agar plate, now what is to be done? Okay, first of all, EMD agar media is taken, then after it is marked with 3 different sectors, and the suspension is used to strip the EMD agar completely and very nicely. Okay. Now then after we will go for inoculation of slants. So we have 2 slants, TSI and citrate. Okay. So now in case of TSI slant, you know that you are going to inoculate butt as well as slant surface. Okay. So first of all, butt is to be inoculated with the help of straight wire. Okay. And then after the slant is inoculated with the help of loop. Okay. Like this. So both the things, both the regions are to be inoculated properly. Butt region as well as slant region. So on the next day we will have proper result of TSI slant. Then in case of citrate slant, there is nothing to worry about because it is having only slanting surface. So just we have to inoculate the slanting surface with the help of nichrome wire loop. Okay. Now then after the third category is of growth tubes. All the tubes which are having liquid inside. So these all growth tubes are inoculated with the help of nichrome wire loop, either with the help of loop or addition of just a growth. Okay, so that is sufficient. So with the help of nichrome wire, all the growth tubes are inoculated. Now after inoculation, there are specific tubes which are to be added with some external indicator. Okay. For example, in case of peptone nitrate growth, we are supposed to hang the red litmus paper. Okay. On the top of the tube. Okay. Then in case of 2% peptone, we are supposed to hang a lead acetate paper strip. Okay, on the lid of the 2% peptone tube. Okay, so in this way, now our everything has been completed. We have inoculated all media, and now all these media are to be kept at specific temperature in incubator for 24 hours incubation. Okay. Now after doing this incubation, on the 3rd day we will get the result, and then we are going to discuss this result and we will find out the conclusion that we are dealing with which particular coliform bacteria. Okay. Our practical is narrowed up to the identification of 2 different cultures. Okay. Either we will get Escherichia coli or Enterobacter aerogenes. Okay. So our practical is formulated in such a way that from the result of EMD agar plate we will come to understand whether our culture is Escherichia coli or Enterobacter aerogenes. Okay. Thank you.